And now, local sports with Dustin Nolan.
Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. If you're still in a food coma, that's okay. I've got you covered with some day after Christmas highlights. We're going to start with some Big Ten basketball. So let's get started. Go out to the action. Indiana taking on Illinois at the State Farm Center. First half, Indiana leads 23-18 off the steal. Ayo Dosunmu finishes at the hoop there and draws a foul. Just 2 minutes before half, Illinois up one. Kofi Coburn finishes with a powerful dunk there. Illinois with a 3-point lead at the end of the half. Second half, 49-46. Ayo takeover time. First, he's going to drive to the hoop there. Later, Dosunmu starting to become a problem for the Hoosiers. He hits the three from the wing. Later, Dosunmu, he's going to hit his third three in a row to cap off a 14-0 run. Under 2 minutes ago, Dosunmu knocking down yet another three. This time, he's going to do it from the top of the key, and he's just going to drain it. Man, he makes it look pretty out there as Dosunmu finished with 30 points on the night. Fighting Illini wins 69-60 over Indiana. Let's hear from the Illini on their win.
When it's time to finish, I know it's time to close. I know when it's time to, put the other team away, I come in and try to do that. I try to, impact the game, of course, rebound, assist, just playing defense. So when it's time to win the game, I just try to put them away.
And I told him coming out of timeout, I said, it's time to be you. It's time to be the best player on the court and close this thing out. And that usually means him making the right play or the right basket. And he's done that so many times. And it's unique when you've coached a Michael Beasley or you've coached a Bill Walker or you've coached a Juwan Evans or Thomas Walkup. It's what those guys do. And to say you ever get tired of seeing it, you don't. But again, that was turned a real average first 24 minutes, 26 minutes, 28 minutes, in my opinion, into what was a terrific game because he does what he does.
All right, Ohio State versus Northwestern, second half. Buckeyes up two. Justin Suing, he's going to airball this one. It was going to be Kyle Young getting the rebound, draws the foul, and finishes with the puck putback. Moments later, Ohio State up three. Kyle Young gets the inbound pass, and he's going to finish after the foul. Later in the fourth, Northwestern down three. Chase Audige, he's going to make a huge block here. Wildcats in transition. Miller Kopp, he's going to get the ball, and he's going to drive in here, hits the baseline floater. Northwestern down one late. Next possession, it's going to be Chase Audige. He's going to be wide open in the wing, and he's just going to go, boom, goes the dynamite. He knocks it down. Wildcats take a 2-point lead with a little under 2 minutes left. Under 20 seconds now. Buckeyes down by one. Washington Jr. can't get the layup here to fall, and it's going to be Northwestern fighting for the rebound. It's going to be Bowie coming up with it, and Bowie is going to head to the free throw line to try and ice the game. Moments later, Northwestern up by one. Bowie can't get the free throw, and it's going to be E.J. Liddell with one last heave, but it falls short as Northwestern tops Ohio State 71-70 to improve to 3-0 in Big Ten play. The Chicago Bears have a new sense of hope after winning their last two games. Now the Bears sit at 7-7 on the season and still have a chance to make the playoffs. As quarterback Mitch Trubisky has played well since his return and knows if the Bears have any chance of making the playoffs, they have to win the next two games, starting with the Jaguars tomorrow.
We're excited. I mean, this is what you play for. You play for an opportunity to get into the playoffs, and we had a bad streak going there, but we knew if we stuck together and battled as a family and just kept leaning on each other, that we can make a run. And we put ourselves in a position to do so. But at the end of the day, it comes down to being focused one day and one game at a time. But the guys in the locker room are excited. There's really good camaraderie right now, just an intensity and focus that I like to see. And we're in a good spot, and we just got to keep that going.
All right, now Bucks Lions, first score, no score. Tom Brady finds Rob Gronkowski over the top, and watch that nice catch there for the 33-yard touchdown. Buccaneers lead 6-0. Later in the first, Matthew Stafford's actually going to roll his ankle here over Devin White after he throws. He would be shaken up, have to go to the locker room. Stafford is questionable to return. Still in the first, same score. It's going to be Brady. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. He's going to find Mike Evans for a 27-yard score. Buccaneers lead 13-0. Second quarter, 20-0 Bucks. Brady fires to Chris Godwin, who's going to make a one-handed catch here for a 7-yard touchdown. Godwin somehow lays out, somehow is able to pull it in and hang on to the ball. Buccaneers lead 27-0. Still in the second, same score. It's going to be Brady to Antonio Brown in the back of the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown. Brady threw for 348 yards, 4 touchdowns in the first half as Buccaneers go on to win this one 47-7. All right, 49ers and Cardinals, former Hawkeye C.J. Beathard making his first start in 2 years for the 49ers, and former Hawkeye George Kittle returning from the injured list. So a lot of ex-Hawkeyes playing in this one. First quarter, Hawkeye-to-Hawkeye connection, Beathard to Kittle, who runs 24 yards for a big gain there. 49ers driving. Later in the drive, it's going to be Beathard. He's going to find Jeff Wilson Jr., this time over the middle, and Wilson Jr. is going to take it 21 yards for the score. It's 7-3 49ers. Third quarter, 49ers up 7-6. It's going to be Beathard to Kyle Juszczyk, and this one's for a 9-yard touchdown as Juszczyk just gets the pylon there. 49ers lead 14-6. Fourth quarter, 14-12 49ers, and it's going to be Beathard. He's going to find Juszczyk again for a 1-yard touchdown as the 49ers get the win in this one, 20-12. After the break, meteorologist Garrett Hyde has a look at your 10-day forecast. Stick with us. You're watching Local 4 News at 10.